AUP Weekly News. I'm Ariel Delzer. Today is Friday, March 28, 2014. Let's take a look at some campus news. Today at 5:30 in Combs Room 12 is a conference in French on the art of uroshi. 3 distinguished Japanese masters will discuss their work and this ancient Japanese lacquer technique. Refreshments will be served. Also today at 6 in the Grand Salon, the Lutetian will be hosting AUP Talks, a new discussion group on social sciences on a global platform. Contact Lutetian_journal at aup.edu for more information on the event and for the journal. Final deadline for submissions is April 9th. This is your final chance to get your creative works published in this year's edition of the Paris Atlantic Scholarly Journal. All formats of art and writing are accepted. Email submissions to parisatlantic@aup.edu before Monday, March 31st. This Monday at 6:30 in the Grand Salon is the Department of Comparative Literature Open House. Come by to see AUP alumna Phyllis Goen of Berkeley Books in Paris for a chat on her vision of a community bookstore. Also starting on Monday through Friday, April 11th, will be the Sexual Aggression Awareness Poster Campaign. Contact sgoat@aup.edu for more information on how to help out. On Wednesday, April 2nd at 12 noon, the SGA Senate is meeting in the Grand Salon to discuss student issues and vote on budget allocations. All Senate meetings are open to the entire AUP community. Thursday, April 3rd, the Cine Club is screening Être et Avoir at 6:30 in G31. Contact mnieblis@aup.edu for more information. On Thursday, April 3rd, 7:30 to 10 o'clock p.m. in the Grand Salon, the Departments of Comparative Literature and English are teaming up with the group Envers de Paris to host a discussion on psychoanalysis and homosexuality in the 21st century. The discussion will be in French. For more information, contact flavia.hof@gmail.com for more information. Don't forget, this Friday, April 4th is the last day to withdraw or choose credit, no credit this semester. Now let's take a look at what's making international headlines. The first round of municipal elections in France was this past Sunday. The far-right party, or the National Front, led by Marine Le Pen, advanced in most polls. This confirms the opinion polls up until now that support for this party has greatly increased. This will impact the European Union Parliament elections this May. The search for the Malaysian Airlines plane is still ongoing. Malaysian officials have confirmed sighting of 122 objects off the coast of Australia by Perth that may be debris from flight MH370. This past week, Malaysian officials confirmed via text message to all relatives of the flight's passengers that all souls on board were lost. In the state of Washington this past week, 16 people have died following a massive landslide. This was due to an abnormal amount of rainfall this past month. There has been a recent outbreak of the Ebola virus in West Africa. 59 deaths have been reported and the fatality rate of the disease is 90%. There's no treatment for the specific strain of the disease. Officials have warned against traveling in this region until the outbreak is controlled. Now to our feature of the broadcast. April is Sexual Aggression Awareness Month. This week's broadcast will focus on this issue. Here are these statistics. Between 20 to 25% of women will be a victim of rape during college. That's 1 out of 4 women. Also, 43% of the rape incidents involve alcohol consumption by victims, and 69% involve alcohol consumption by the perpetrators. At least 50% of college students' sexual assaults are associated with alcohol use. About 2 out of 3, or 75% of assaults, are committed by someone known to the victim. Finally, 60% of these assaults are not reported to the police. That means 97% of rapists will never spend a day in jail. Now to AUP TV's Jessica Benny's interview with a professional psychologist on sexual abuse.
Thank you, Ariel. This is Jessica Benny, and I'm your host for A Minute with Jess. On this weekly segment, we will be touching aspects of sexual abuse and sexual aggression in our society, on college campuses, and within our youth nowadays. Here I have Dr. Bourgeau, who will tell us a little bit more about sexual abuse.
The most important thing for people to know is that being alone is the worst thing that can happen to a victim of any traumatic incident. So rule of thumb is, if something bad happens to you, you need to A, talk about it with people that you trust, and B, if something bad happens to somebody that you know, you need to be there for that person and to help that person validate his or her feelings. What we can do about sexual aggression is make both men and women infinitely more aware, and certainly what AUP is doing this week is going to participate in raising that awareness. I'm afraid the United States probably wins an Oscar for most traumatic incidents. The statistics on date rape are pretty horrifying in the States, although certainly France is probably one of the runner-ups. One of the things to look out for is having somebody slip something into your drink in a nightclub. So my first tip is, if you're going out to a club, don't take a drink from anyone that you don't know, and only drink things that you yourself have ordered, and be really careful as the bartender is mixing your cocktail. Second thing is, if you're going to be going out and you're going to be drinking a lot, don't let your friends go home alone. Take taxis. Make sure that everybody gets back to his or her apartment.
Well, thank you, Dr. Bourgo, for letting us know all the things that we can do to prevent sexual abuse on campus and in our lives. Even though these tips do seem obvious, I think that we should all get together as a community here at AUP and pass these tips on to our friends. If we do know someone who has suffered any type of sexual abuse, just come see one of our counselors, and everyone is really willing to help, and you're really not alone. And I'm going to pass this on to Gabriel now.
Robin Thicke knows you want it, R. Kelly does what he wants with your body, and Rick Ross is all about that date rape. Our popular culture is filled with sexual aggression and glorification of rape. Let's talk to some AP students and see what they think about it.
About the whole rap thing, I'm not really sure because I don't listen to it much, but I'm guessing they have a message to pass through unless it's completely smut, and people seem to like it, you know?
It puts a lot of pressure on us, and I think that we kind of accept sexual abuse more easily because of those different industries.
What do you think about sexually aggressive rap music?
It's great. Men elevate the distinction between a woman and what, for lack of a better term, a big booty hoe.
Would you let R. Kelly do what he wants with your body?
No.
Not if he's gonna pee on me.
I wouldn't let R. Kelly near me with a 10-foot pole.
What's the dumbest song that comes to mind?
Reggaeton, you know. It's pretty stupid as it gets.
Don't listen to reggaeton.
Meeting people at a bar is a typical scenario. Unfortunately, not all encounters lead to positive romantic or sexual experiences. In some cases, not all contact is consensual. Sexual assault is genderless, and physical and psychological abuse impacts people severely. Short-term impacts include intense fear of death and dissociation. Long-term effects include low self-esteem, self-blame, and guilt. Even though sexual assault is genderless, women throughout history have continued to be objectified and symbolized sexually. Our past and surrounding culture persistently advocates rape, for suspense and excitement in a film or commercial motives in music videos. Rape culture is present in all art forms. From paintings by Rubens or Titian, ads from Dolce & Gabbana and other fashionable brands, to major classic movies such as Clockwork Orange, Straw Dogs, and Cape Fear.
I need your arms around me, I need to feel your touch. I need your understanding, I need your love so much.
Hi, so I'm Gabriel Hedingren for APTV, and I'm sitting here with Aaron and Karen from the Sexual Aggression Awareness Task Force. Hi. So can you start off by telling us what a task force is and what you guys aim to do?
Basically, a task force is a student group that we formed and trained that basically they'll be able to listen and understand any victims or people that are just interested in information. They're not trained psychologists or counselors, but what they can do is just be that listening ear, and that they can take you in and tell you where to go and point you into the right direction. And it's basically just to get out awareness and keep people safe on campus.
I know you guys are going to be very active during the coming month. Tell me about what you guys are going to do.
So the month of April is Sexual Aggression Awareness Month, and we are going to be making an event that kind of shadows that. The theme behind it is empowerment, at AUP, having to do with sexual aggression, but also just empowerment in the self. So we're going to be promoting how students can move forward, or how they can, I guess, look into themselves and empower themselves. We're going to start with a poster campaign with one-liners such as, consent is sexy, which will then eventually lead up into a week of booths where we will be passing out statistics or just information to students, and that's the week of
April 11th to April 14th.
April 11th to April 14th. And we'll also be promoting our event on April 29th. And the final event will be a Q&A seminar, discussion about sexual aggression awareness, a discussion about self-empowerment, and then eventually it will lead to an art therapy session.
So if students see this and they want to get involved with your task force or with the Sexual Aggression Awareness Month, who can they contact and what can they help out with?
They can come to either me or Sandrine Goat, who is in B28 in the Student Affairs Office, or they can come to me, the task force leader, Erin Morse, and you can email me at any time and look up my name. And we're still looking for people to hold the stands. We have quite a number of students, but we still need people for the week of April 11th to April 14th. Wow. And it's really important that we have this.
So if you're interested, contact and be part of this task force.
Can we just have a recap now of all the important dates and events of the coming month?
So basically, from March 31st to April 11th, we're going to be putting up posters just to rouse everybody's curiosity. And then after that, from April 11th to April 14th, we're going to be holding up the stands and giving out flyers and giving out the silicone bracelets, leading up to our major event, April 29th, where we'll be having an art therapy event along with a Q&A session.
Cool. Thank you. Good luck. If you're for individual empowerment but against passive bystanding of sexual aggression, please get involved in the coming month of sexual aggression awareness. That's it for me, Gabriel Hedengren, AUP TV.
A golden bird that flies away, a candle's fickle flame.
I'm Ariel Delzer, and this is AUP TV.
I'm Jessica Benny, and this is AUP TV.
I'm Gabriel Hedengren, and this is AUP TV.
I'm Robin Jockelson, and this is AUP TV.